Despite not playing this week, the Texans still took a bunch of W's this week. The Texans, as we all know, they were on their bye week, but there was still some other games going around the NFL, obviously, and a lot of them with some playoff implications. And for the most part, a good majority of those games went in the Texans' favor. I'd say there was 4 games that Texans fans should have kept their eyes on, and 3 of the 4 went the Texans' way. Now, the odds of that happening, coming into the week, they were pretty, slim. Who would have thought that Tennessee would have beat the Chiefs? Who would have thought that the Dolphins were going to beat the Colts? Who would have thought that the Browns would have beat the Bills? Now, the only one that didn't go the Texans' way was the Ravens and Bengals game. And for obvious reasons, the Ravens are a good team, and the Bengals, well, they're the Bengals. The Ravens pretty much did what they were supposed to do against the Bengals, and they blew them out. But as for everyone else, every other game was pretty much an upset in my eyes. I know technically the Browns were favorite to win their game, but come on. They shouldn't have been favorites to win their game. Now, all these games, these 3 games, they're huge for the Texans, the outcome of the games. And, let's start off with the Tennessee and Chiefs one, because that was the first one, I guess you could say. Now, obviously, we all know that the Titans are in our division. And I know there's probably going to be a few fans out there kind of confused and why in the world would we want the Titans to beat the Chiefs? I can get that somewhat. Now, here's why that favors the Texans in a big way. So, with the Titans beating the Chiefs, the Titans, well, yeah, they go to 5-5, and they're 2 games behind us. But see, the reason why that doesn't really matter is because the Titans, they're not really a threat to us. Their strength goes up against our biggest strength, our run defense. So, the Titans don't really worry me at all, honestly. And we play them twice the rest of the season. We play them in, week 15 and 17. So, even if the Titans go on a little run, we'll just shut that down in week 15 and 17. It's, that's simple, We can still play the Titans and, take care of them. The Chiefs, we already beat them. We already have the head-to-head tiebreaker on them. But with the Titans beating the Chiefs, that puts the Chiefs at 6-4. It pushes them further back down on the standings, and that's pretty big because now, it leaves a little room for error for the Texans. Now, with this loss, the Texans don't really have to worry about the Chiefs that much in terms of home field advantage and the first round bye. So now the Chiefs are pretty much on the outside looking in for that race. Now it's pretty much just Texans, Patriots, and Ravens racing for those top 2 seeds. So that's pretty big for the Texans. The Texans now have a 1.5 game lead over the Chiefs due to that head-to-head tiebreaker. And that's huge, like I said. Now for the next game, the Bills losing to the Browns. This one's pretty big because, as you guys know, the Texans are currently 6-3. The Bills going into the week were 6-2. 6-2 is better than 6-3. So, just saying, if the Texans were somehow to mess up and let the Colts take the division, obviously there's a wild card spot. And the Bills were sitting pretty with a 6-2 record, and they had a hold of that number 5 seed. So if the Texans mess up, for whatever reason, whatever happens, if they somehow mess up, now the Bills don't really have full control of that 5th seed anymore. Now, they have a 6-3 record like us, and unlike us, the Bills have 2 AFC losses, while the Texans only have 1. So, if, for whatever reason, the Bills and Texans end up with the same record, the Texans, since they have less AFC losses, they'd be the 5th seed, and the Bills would be the 6th seed. So, it's just playoff seeding with the Bills. I really don't think the Texans are really going to be competing with the Bills much, but, just in case something happens, that helps us out. The Bills taking a loss to a team they shouldn't have lost to. Obviously the Bills are still going to play the Patriots. They're going to lose that game, and I'm pretty sure they'll drop another 1 or 2 down the line there somewhere, because let's be real, man. These Bills, they ain't legit. And now for the big one, man. The Colts. They lost to the Dolphins. Oh my god, man. These Colts are so trash. And you guys know how this game is huge. They were the main team competing with us for the division. And now all we pretty much have to do is beat the Colts week 13? No, week 12 when we play them. All we gotta do is beat them and the division's pretty much ours. This loss for the Colts is huge. When the schedules came out for the Texans and Colts, everybody was favoring the Colts for this reason. The Colts, instead of playing the Patriots and Ravens, the Colts, they get to play the Dolphins and Steelers. Clearly 2 inferior teams to the Patriots and Ravens, who the Texans play, by the way. So the Colts had a huge schedule advantage right there. But the Colts went 0-2 in those games. So any little edge that the Colts had over the Texans, it's gone. That's it. So now all the Texans gotta do is take care of their own business, and this division's ours. The Colts right now, actually, man, they're not even in the playoff picture. Right now, I believe it's New England number 1 seed, the Ravens number 2, the Texans number 3, the Chiefs number 4. At 5, you got the Bills, and at 6, you got the Steelers. 7, you got the Raiders, and then at 8, you got the Colts. So the Colts right now, they're on the outside looking in. The Colts, they still got to play Jacksonville twice. They got to play Houston. They got to play New Orleans, Carolina. That's brutal. Down the stretch. What is there, 7 games left? And they got to play those 5 games? Yikes. And I know some people are going to say, well, the Jaguars aren't that big of a threat. Well, you got to keep in mind, the Jaguars have Nick Foles now, and he's probably going to do better than Minshew. I liked Minshew, but Foles is a veteran. He's been there before. He's made runs. And actually, the Colts play the Jaguars next week, and the Jaguars are actually coming off a bye week. So, yeah, things are looking pretty bad for Indianapolis right now. And honestly, I am loving it. The Texans now have a 1-game lead on the division. And, like most seasons, the Texans control their own destiny. And, this is huge for the Texans. All this that happened this week is huge for the Texans. But, at the end of the day, if the Texans do not take care of their own business, none of this is going to matter. So, it is really important that the Texans take care of their business, hold up their end of the bargain, and then, maybe we can get a first round bye. And I don't know, maybe the Patriots mess up down the line because they do play us, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. Those are all very losable games for the Patriots. So, hey, who knows? Maybe the Texans can end up with home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But like I said, the Texans have been in this position before. Most recently, last year. It's up to the Texans to do their job and win some games. And yeah, we got Deshaun Watson, man. That's all I'm going to say, because I know some people are going to ask, what are our chances? As long as we got Deshaun Watson, our chances are high. That's all I'm going to say on that. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys for today. Comment down below your own thoughts on our bye week that I really loved, especially watching the Colts lose to the Dolphins. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.